In 2004, the average American worker could focus on a single task for about 2.5 minutes before getting distracted. By 2012, that number had dropped to 75 seconds. Today, researchers at UC Irvine found it's closer to 47 seconds. Nobody stole your attention overnight. It was drained one notification at a time, and you were never asked for permission. Here's what most people get wrong about this problem. They think the issue is too much screen time, but the real issue is something far more specific and far more unsettling. It's called attention residue. Psychologist Sophie Leroy at the University of Washington discovered that every time you switch tasks, even briefly, a part of your brain stays stuck on the previous task. You physically move on, your cognition doesn't. So when you check Instagram for 30 seconds between working on something important, you don't just lose 30 seconds. You lose the next 10 to 15 minutes of full cognitive capacity. And if you're checking your phone dozens of times a day, which most Americans are, you may never actually reach deep focus at all. Not because you're lazy, not because you lack discipline, because your brain was never given the chance. But here's where it gets personal. And this is the part that should genuinely disturb you. Researchers call it the Attentional Commons, a concept borrowed from environmental science. In ecology, the tragedy of the commons describes what happens when a shared resource, like clean air or fresh water, gets slowly depleted because no single person feels responsible for protecting it. Your attention works the same way. Every app, every platform, every alert is drawing from the same finite pool. And just like polluted air, you don't notice the damage until it's already done. Gloria Mark, one of the world's leading researchers on digital distraction, found something striking in her studies. People who are chronically interrupted don't just work slower. They begin to self-interrupt, checking their phone even when no notification arrived, seeking stimulation even when none was offered. The habit becomes internal, the distraction becomes you. And this isn't about willpower, it's about neurological conditioning. The same dopamine pathways that make slot machines compelling are being activated every time your feed loads something new. A mechanism tech engineers have openly referred to as brain hacking. Former Google design ethicist Tristan Harris called it a race to the bottom of the brainstem platforms, competing not for your interest, but for your most primitive impulses. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and multiple workplace studies estimate that attention fragmentation costs the economy over $650 billion every year in lost productivity. But the number that really matters isn't in any report. It's the half-written novel sitting in your drafts folder, the certification you almost completed, the hard conversation you've been postponing for 6 months, the version of yourself you keep promising to become someday, when things slow down. They won't slow down, not unless you make a decision that most people never make. Because here's the truth about the attention economy that nobody in Silicon Valley wants you to understand. Your attention is not just a resource. It is the mechanism through which your entire life is built, or isn't. Every goal you've ever had required sustained focus to become real. Every meaningful relationship deepened through undivided presence. Every skill, every achievement, every creative breakthrough, All of it runs on the same fuel. And right now, that fuel is being burned by systems that were deliberately engineered to make burning it feel good. They don't hate you. They don't even know you. You are a data point in an optimization algorithm, and the metric being optimized is time on platform, not quality of your life. The algorithm that recommends your next video has no stake in whether watching it makes you smarter, happier, or more capable. It only has a stake in whether you keep watching. That's not a conspiracy. That's just business. But it becomes your problem the moment you mistake engagement for enrichment. So the question isn't whether your attention is being competed for. It absolutely is, by some of the most sophisticated technology ever built. The question is whether you're going to compete back. Start with one experiment this week. Pick the 2 hours of your day when your mind is sharpest. For most people, that's within the first 90 minutes of waking up. During those 2 hours, your phone goes in another room. No notifications, no feed, no email, just you and the work that actually matters to you. Do that for 7 days. Then come back and tell me in the comments whether the quality of your thinking changed. Not your productivity, not your output, your thinking. Because when you reclaim your attention, you don't just get more done. You start making decisions from clarity instead of noise, and that changes everything downstream. If this gave you a new way to think about how you're spending your cognitive resources, hit like and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want to go deeper into the psychology of focus, decision-making, and the hidden forces shaping your behavior, subscribe. Every video on this channel is built for people who take their own mind seriously. I'll see you in the next one.